The following video was shared by Tony Noguera. This evening he had recorded his young son dancing to some music. It was one of these ordinary family recordings at first, not the best quality and basically something you'll watch once and then never think of ever again. However, after Tony had posted the video on his profile, somebody realized that there seemed to be something else on the footage.
Dan, look at Elijah, go like this. Elijah, hey, like this. Elijah, look it. Hey. Elijah, go like this. Were you dancing to some Green Day? Dance, go.
His child is looking at something, but at what exactly? What looks like another child is standing in the back for a very brief moment. People say that they see the child moving in from the right and exiting to the left. After Tony's kid makes direct eye contact with it, it disappears. What a strange and bone-chilling encounter. Someone stated that this other kid seems to be wearing a sleeping outfit, and that it is quite unnatural how easily it disappears from the shot, seconds after appearing. The child's silhouette is completely off. There's no clear reflection at the time. The mirror in the scene does show the dancing kid's reflection, however. That's pretty mysterious. Was the family visited by a real ghost child here? Or are we looking at something demonic even? Really creepy to say the least. Today's video is brought to you by this week's video sponsor, Nordvpn. It is obvious that the internet can be a pretty scary place, with all sorts of things that will try to track and even to spy on you. The dark business of stolen data is a big one, and data leaks or even phishing emails are a common threat that go hand in hand with browsing the internet and sending emails. With Nordvpn, you will be able to protect all of your personal data and communications. They offer you over 5,500 super fast servers in 60 countries to choose from on 6 devices per account. One of the most exciting features in my opinion is that you can unlock Netflix from almost any part of the world. There's many amazing horror movies that are only on the European or Japanese platform, for example. With Nord, I can even enjoy them in North America. Especially when traveling, it can become really handy. Nord is offering you a special summer deal. You'll receive 73% off of a 2-year plan, plus an additional 4 months for free. Go to nordvpn.com/KingFrostmare or use code KingFrostmare at the checkout. It would help this channel a lot if you could hit the link in the description to secure this amazing deal. I hope you all stay safe out there. The next video is quite the interesting one. It was shared by Felix L. and it was recorded by a security camera mounted outside the family home. The homeowner was alarmed by his dog barking outside. He also seemed to be running around and perhaps even playing with something. Nothing too crazy to be honest, right? But there was a mysterious detail that first went unnoticed. A little cloud seems to be floating by, just moments before the homeowner steps out of the house to check on the dog. The interesting part of it is that the family had lost one of their pets recently. This is at least what a commentator in the ghost forum stated. Is it safe to assume that their dog was perhaps playing with a lost friend that night? Or is it just the dog's breath appearing to be some form of cloud or orb? What do you think? Following was posted by Queen of Cups to the paranormal section of Reddit. She states that these pictures were taken in September of 2019 at the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. She went with her husband and 2 kids on a weekday, and it was very slow. They only had 3 other people on the tour with them. The rooms were roped off, so no one was inside when these pictures were taken. However, we can clearly see a figure on the left side of the photo. There was no way anyone could be over there. They were all next to their host anyway, apparently. Legends speak of a man with a hat that died in there a long time ago. Could we be seeing this spirit in the following image? Or is it just paranoia after all? What do you think? The following video was forwarded by Entienne and initially published by Pasillo. It was recorded in an old house by a young man who states that paranormal activity has become an almost daily occurrence. He moved in recently and didn't really think anything of the activity for the first couple of weeks. Loud noises and things falling down, in most cases, can have a rational explanation, right? But when he started to see the shadow of a little kid once in a while, he realized that something else was going on. The man has no pets, so whatever he recorded in this video lacks any kind of explanation, at least for him. A strange moaning can be heard, which freaks our cameraman out quite a bit. But due to the fan and the car noises outside, it's not really possible to pinpoint exactly where it might have originated from. This would appear like a pair of eyes, which, based on him having no animals, is quite the unusual sighting, if we believe him, of course. There's also something else, hiding behind the sofa chair, but what exactly is it? Almost impossible to say in my opinion. Could it be a real haunting here? This video was found in the paranormal section of Reddit. 2 young men were supposedly discovering the tunnels of an old mine. They were going on trips together quite frequently and found some really strange stuff in some of these tunnels, to say the least. But this video was a bit different than the others. As they were making it through the abandoned mine shafts, the man filming can capture something without even noticing it at the time.
No squeezing yet.
There's a large shadow standing in the distance. The men were sure that it couldn't have been caused by any of the 2, and there was nobody else in there. After a quick pan, this shadow has just vanished. The shadow itself also is looking quite a bit odd in terms of proportion. The head looks quite big, but it also could be that whoever is reflected on the rocks here is wearing a jacket with a large collar. They had no idea what we were seeing here. It was an inexplicable event for the 2 men, up until this day. This was captured by Chris Hollins and shared with the paranormal section. He states, "This photo was taken at the haunted Jerome Grant Hotel in Arizona. My girlfriend and I took this photo while staying there about 5 months ago. We took over 700 photos and happened to capture this spirit. Keep in mind, there was nobody in the hall and we did not see this entity while taking the photo." Another interesting capture is this one. He tells me in an email that this shadow was seen once more in the mirror, and that he thinks a face can be seen too. Could that be so? It's definitely a pretty mysterious capture, just like the first one. If nobody else was there in the hallway at that time, what could they have captured here exactly? A real shadow person, perhaps? Michael and Heather are a couple that like to tamper with the paranormal forces. They stream some of their Ouija sessions to their viewership, and ever so often, some really interesting events are unfolding. But lately, as one would expect, these forces seem to make it into their house, even if they are not playing with their Ouija board. As we know, playing with a board opens up a door that oftentimes can't be closed easily again.
Hello? Hello? Whoa. Hello? No.
Yet they decided to proceed with their live Ouija sessions. On a side note, never take off your hands off the planchette without ending the session first.
Here. Oh my god. Goodbye. Oh my god, I don't want to do this.
I'm freaked out now.
As you can imagine, it didn't end there. The following night, they heard some disturbance from outside of the bedroom.
Shh. Who's there?
Did a poltergeist open all their cupboards? Or were they opened previously without showing us? But it escalated even more. Around 2 AM, an intruder seemed to start ringing their doorbell.
Go check, see if someone's at the door. Is anybody there?
Nobody can be seen outside their house. Strange. It seems that to this day, these events haven't really calmed down. They have several security cameras mounted in their home to capture all the activity. Even their pets are starting to get freaked out. Let's see how this case develops in the future. This video was shared by a young man who states that he was out on a nightly trip with friends when they saw something rather strange hovering on the other side of the road. He pulled his phone out and started recording. What caught him off guard was that with this strange sighting, there was an unusual weeping noise that he could hear stemming from that thing. If this was just a wind hose or something, Why would it be illuminated? He had no explanations for this sighting. And after returning to the car a bit later that evening, the object had mysteriously disappeared, according to the uploader. Some comments even state that it looks quite similar to a head and a torso. Could this mean that we are looking at a real ghost here? Or is there a way more plausible explanation in your opinion? This is another video, captured by a security camera. It was shared by Julia and she found it on Look Now TV. The story goes that a security guard noticed that an unidentified creature had just flown by, directly underneath one of the cameras he was surveilling from his office. Speculations range from the Mothman to a bat-like creature, perhaps some sort of strange bird even. But it is abnormally big though, isn't it? It kept many viewers baffled. Is it maybe a cryptid? The security guard had no idea either, but it was so unusual for him that he had to share this encounter. What's your best guess? This is a very intriguing investigation video by our paranormal enthusiast and explorer, Southern Afterlife. Tonight he was traveling to a haunted compound, which he had scouted out during the day initially, but he was so intrigued that he decided to revisit this location again at night times, all by himself. The building itself is pretty old and unfortunately not accessible to the public. Therefore, he takes a closer look at the outside area and premises.
Hello?
Of course, there are cars driving by in the distance, so we can't be certain what the noise was. But when he films through the window to capture what appears to be a bedroom of some sorts, we hear it again. Is it the scream of a woman from the inside? Strange to say the least. At this point, he also stated that he didn't feel alone anymore. It is said that the first owner of this place died in there. During a session with the Necrophonic app, he hears another unusual noise from around the corner.
What was that? I'm on a wooden deck. It sounded like someone walking on it. I'm the only one out here. What the?
Did something perhaps sit on this old rocking chair? Just moments before, it certainly left him with many more questions than before. After taking another walk around the house, he captures something really odd.
Is there anybody out here?
What he describes as a woman in Victorian clothing is standing just a few meters away from him. He didn't notice her, however, his camera perhaps has. What can you see here? Could it just be part of the tree? Unlikely, say many. Perhaps the spirit of the former owner, or something else. Sol Mori and her family have moved into a new house, and this house turned out to be quite the interesting place. She states that the family plants can only survive in one of the many rooms of this old house, and whenever they don't place them in there, they just die, besides other morbid stuff stored in the basement. Her new home seems to inhabit way more strangeness. Apparently, in one of the upper rooms, there is an unusual painting on the wall, the painting of a sun.
This is Gilbert. He is a painting of a sun, and he has been here since my family moved in. It is believed that the previous owner painted him, but he won't tell us anything. People have tried to put wallpaper over him, but he comes back. This room smells really strange, and I feel a really dark energy within him.
Looks quite harmless to the naked eye though. No, apparently, Sol caught her little niece talking to the wall on several occasions. The young girl was having full-blown conversations with this son, which the family just refers to as Gilbert.
I hear my niece talking to him, so I talk to her. Did you like him?
Yeah, Gilbert's like one of my best friends.
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I think the man that used to live here painted it.
Is Gilbert friendly? Does he speak to you?
Yeah,
What does he say?
because I don't pray. I'm not stupid, I'm very smart. I have the smartest kid class, but we're not really. Do you want this or do I keep it? Okay.
After doing a lot of research, Sol could find some more info about the history of this place.
Here is a photo of the house from 1916, and it was built in 1902. So this would be the first or one of the first families to live in this house. As you can see, there are 6 people present in the photo. I'm looking at the English census records. I found that the father would be called John, the mother was called Maud. Next to her on the balcony is a daughter Dorothy. The birth of a little boy called Gilbert was also registered here in 1911. So he would be about 5 or 6 in this photo. I'm unsure why he's not with the rest of his family in the photo, what they did to him. I just have an overwhelming feeling that something really terrible happened to him at the hands of his own family. The weirdest part is that this is where the sun painting is situated in the house. That's his room.
What is looking out of the window here? One night, after her niece had gone to bed, she investigated the room with Gilbert, where her niece was hanging out most of the time. And, well, they found a Ouija board underneath one of the floorboards, and it had Gilbert on it. For Sol, it was clear that this board had to be connected to the sun on the wall. When she was asking her niece more questions about Gilbert, the little girl even tried to draw him for her.
How old is Gilbert?
6.
Oh. Is he nice?
Sometimes.
What does he do if he's being mean?
He hides my favorite toys.
Her young niece is still communicating with Gilbert in this
Still
room.
kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit wobbly. Oh yeah, because there's like holes and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
Whoa. Did you hear that? Whoa! Oh my god, did you hear that? It's okay. It's okay. Gilbert's friendly. Isn't there?
Yeah.
Whoa. Did you hear that? Whoa! Oh my god, did you hear that?
Could it be that the child spirit is bound to this house for some reason? What do you think? Thanks for watching, guys.